This is the racing area. That's the track. This is the top of the track. I'm at a racetrack near Canterbury. I don't even know what these are. Are they coming on up? So these are called cross cars. Yeah, he's shutting everybody down now. And we go around again. Next step is a bit of food. I've got one of these. When I get close to it, it's been shutting the jump camera down. Because carrying it under one arm all day is like carrying a warthog for the day. And of course, you can't shake it about, you've got to hold it steady. Got the lights on already. Get a bit of food cooked. And have a nice little evening, really, just waiting for them to open up first thing in the morning. Yeah, so they didn't always have this gate. This is the 4th event I've done, and they used to let you drive onto the site at night, Thursday night, and then start setting up on Friday morning. But they're a bit more security conscious now, so good for them, really. And I don't mind staying out here. I've got everything I need. There is I think it's the M2, or it might be an A road off of the M2, but it leads directly to Dover. So the bed, the cushions, my lights, and the new addition that I made a little video of the other day in a service station. I installed this, which is basically an IKEA little unit. It's supposed to be mounted on a wall, but in this case it's mounted on the side of the van. So I've got my tea, coffee, hats from various motor racing events this year, my toaster, chopping board which doesn't move, microwave, gotta have that. We've got the diesel heater, which I may or may not get out this weekend. I don't think it's going to be cold, but it might rain, so this will keep me dry if it does. Down here, I've got my second camera, which is under a big splash cover in anticipation of downpours. Fridge is fully stacked up for the weekend. Got some eggs. Got some cans of coffee, cans of Coke, some juice, some milk, crumpets, cheese, salami, and another little addition is this box or crate which I got from IKEA as well, secured underneath the kitchen. It's got crisps and soup, cans of chili, coffee. I'm trying to remember what I've got in here. It's quite a lot. Got the essentials: Tabasco, jam, Marmite, peanut butter, pepper. I've got my cool light from Japan. You get them off of Amazon actually. And then paper towels and things like that. Saturday morning and the show's on. Oh, it's so hectic, it's unbelievable. All the Wi-Fi is interfering with itself. We managed to get all 6 track cameras working. My camera is not working, so I've gone back to base and swapped over radio systems. But oh, so many glitches. This is the racing area. That's the track. This is the top of the track. So I'm heading back now to my spot to see if I interfere with Rory, who's on the jump camera. So let's get the camera. This is insanity. I must have walked about 5 miles already. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. But we're all working, we're all good. Now I've got to get the camera back. Oh my god, it's mental. Here are the minis. They're going out soon. Oh no, there's more. Little baby cars going out. So I'm heading down and I'm now towards the jump camera. When I get close to it, it's been shutting the jump camera down. So these are all the people watching from the premium spot. This is where they all tend to crash.
But Peterson and Seath are really having a decent duel. The lock-up for Seath in the 80. Cake's going to get
My camera doesn't appear to be interfering with Rory's at the moment. There's Rory, right there.
They're going to pick up a penalty, so you've got to be careful.
Car's coming around. See, he's got a radio transmitter on top. He's filming the cars going around there into the Joker.
Drivers races, so they've got to be careful.
My camera has another radio transmitter on top. Hopefully this one won't interfere. Here's the next people queuing up in the holding area. Well, we got some of those shots for the live stream. I don't even know what these are, but they're coming on up. So these are called cross cars. Supercars are just about to go off. There they go. Red flag, they've neutralised the race of the supercars. They might restart it actually. Yeah, they might line them back up again. The 6 supercars are going to restart. I think there's only 5 because one of them's backed out, probably from the crash, not surprisingly. And then there's about, I don't know, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these cross cars are going to start next. So my next job is to get some close-up shots of them through the window waving. This is the holding area and there's a big crowd, even here, even bigger crowd over there. But this is the last race before lunch, so I'll try and get him leaving. See the little cross cars going, but I've got to be ready because I'm starting his engine already. Hopefully I can get shot. Well, it's lunchtime. The minis are just going round, which the boys are filming. I managed to get a shot of them leaving. There were about 8 of them and I got all of them. He cut to me, which is good. Now I've come up to the van to change batteries because I need to charge. Can't even see. Need to charge all my camera batteries. But anyway, yeah, he's shutting everybody down now. Alright, he's shutting us down till 1:55. Oh, which means I can get some food. So that was one morning. So I hope that was informative, and sun's out at least. Oh, what a lovely day. And the van's nice and cozy. I rest my feet. I look like shit, don't I, really, to be honest. I need a holiday. I need to rehydrate and do something frivolous. They sent me back down here to the holding area again to catch for the starts. There really isn't much time. So we just get a few seconds. Hopefully this one, I reckon I might get shot through the window of the Mini, the driver, and that's all they'll get. And then they scoot past me, and then they have to go back to the racetrack. Another nice day, and there's lots of people. There's Rachel and Marshall. She's loving it. So this guys will go pretty much the second this other lot that are racing now will finish. So it's going to be, because we've had a half-hour break because of a big crash earlier on. They had to repair the barriers. So I think they're just going to release these cars behind me super quick. So these other ones coming over the jump over there. So this is a mixed bag. It's a Metro. Now that Metro there is the one that rolled last month, I think, because it's got all replacement parts. I got that on live. He hit the barrier and went flying. It's quite a good shot, actually. Now we got to contend with the wasps. I'll have to cover my drink with something. I think these are in the same race as the ones I just showed at the front. This is supercars. Most powerful class. They go like stink. So well, this lot are going round. That's the next lot. Trouble is, when I'm here, I lose a signal probably because of this big structure, so I've got to stay on the left. I've got to stay over that side. Cross cars. They're releasing everything so quickly that there just isn't time for the director to cut to me. So I offer him up a shot of, for instance, the green car or the pink car or this blue one, and they're gone before he's got time, towards the end of the previous race. So I think they're just rushing because of that half an hour break, because of the accident. I think they're just rushing. But I'll offer up the shots, and if they take them, they take them. So, generator's whirring away. I'm going to empty this bag now and put my batteries on charge. I don't think I'll film that because it'll just be me unpacking a bag. But that's the end of day one. There was a lot going on. Sunny again. Sunday now, so yesterday was pretty hectic. Today will be the same, but there's no firework display today, so there isn't a sort of secondary end of the evening shoot to do before it all finishes. That went really smoothly actually, but obviously when I got back I was pretty knackered, not surprisingly. There's the moon. Yeah, still in a really nice spot I am. And loads of car trailers in the background, not very aesthetically pleasing, but it's a nice little field. It's nice and quiet, and there's nobody camping next to me. There are already people going in and out of the toilets down in the main field, and people running generators, so it's quite noisy down there. So this is a good peaceful little spot with my huge pile of gravel next to me. Look at that. I would have thought they might have spread that here before this weekend, but I'm thinking it's probably for the other field. But it's not too bad. It's been muddy, but it's been doable. So anyway, off to work for the Sunday. Diesel heater off, van all tidy, ready to go. You can hear some diesel heaters going and some generators. There's a diesel heater in that bus, and what about this bus? Let's have a listen. Can't hear anything. I can hear old school generators. Oh, it's definitely a diesel heater in this one. You can hear it whirring away. So they were partying quite a lot in the evening last night, as to be expected, which was quite cool really. You know, they're all various ages, so it slowly petered out, didn't go on till, I think they got a noise abatement thing about midnight anyway, so it all tends to quieten down about then. This log pile and kindling pile, it's been here for years.
Hello!
Morning! Pray for the sun. Sun all day, I hope.
Yeah, hopefully.
And this is the main building, the glass building, where we meet in the mornings. No sign of Barry yet, because his van's not here, which is fine. He'll turn up in about 10 minutes, I suspect. There on the corner of the building is, that's all our RF technology. There's a couple of them there, there's 2 or 3 more around the front, and that's what allows us to communicate down in the holding area, and the cameramen around the track. So they were working well yesterday. I had to swap one over in the morning, but other than that it was pretty good. Yeah, they're just doing a track clear up, and then they'll, oh, I don't think they are they racing again? I can't tell what's going on, I just need to be ready. Yeah, so he's going up soon. There goes a Lydden car, it's probably going to collect a car or collect some drivers. There's Rory looking cool in the background. So I think they're a little bit behind, which is why they're letting these cars go really quick. So as soon as the last race finishes, they let these cars go, which doesn't give me any time to get some stationary shots in the holding area. Not my fault, but oh, they've got a crane out, so they're going to be waiting for a second or two. Yeah, and I get ready to get shots of these little cars, but if they're running late, which they're now going to be running even later, the second they finish the last race, this race, they'll make these cars go out. So I'll pick my camera up, it's only there, but I won't be able to get to the cars before they leave. So these are all minis. I think this is a exhibition rather than a race. There's a load of them there. I think they're all going out. You never can tell how many are going out. It's never more than about 6. Hey, can I just, have you got cans of Coke?
Yeah.
1 can of Coke, and you take cards, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's not cards, actually, it's my phone. I can click my phone. Can you do that? Cheers. Yeah, just full leaded, you know, like
Full fat?
yeah, full fat. That's the one of them. And then I better turn my camera off, hadn't I? Or it ain't gonna work. So just had a quick drink break. That little lot. They went off before I had a chance to get any shots, so that's that. This is another bunch. So there is a race about to go off. There's about 2 minutes between each race when they're running fine. Now this is the bloke I think I was talking about that rolled his car a couple of weeks ago. So they won't go, these ones, out for a while. This guy, I think, rolled, and I caught it on camera. I might go and ask him. Maybe not. Yeah, so I'm allowed to wander around while the other races are going on, because these guys aren't allowed to move. They're in the holding area. They turn their engines off because the cars overheat. So you can see as the other race is going ahead over there. And the teams have got lots of support, like their friends and family and their mechanics. Yeah, so they're allowed to hang with them for almost right until the end, because it's quite organised the way they let them go out. Obviously you can't stand in the way of the car, but they have to go in a straight line when they leave the paddock, the holding area. So you can go and let them go. You can stand in between the cars if you're brave enough. So sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Rory getting some more shots of jokers. And some crowd that sort of hang at the front here as well. It's quite cool. So as soon as this race ends, he's going to want to get shots of the front of these cars. So I'll walk out with my camera, and then I can get those shots. They're doing a clear up on the track. Nothing serious, just probably somebody's hit one of the barriers. Happens a lot in this kind of racing. They're going to restart that race because I think they'd only done the first lap. So these are the guys waiting in the next race. They're turning their engines off because they get so hot so quick. It's quite a warm day actually today, even though it's November. It's really sunny.
Watch out! Watch out!
Well, I nearly got run over then. So they're going to restart that race again. They're quite relaxed with letting me walk around here. I think they know it's because I know what I'm doing. I sometimes wonder though. Marshals, herding the cars, ready for the next round. End of race. Camera standing by to get these little cars. A few of the drivers getting ready. These races are typically 5 or 6 laps. Now if I look kind of confused, tired and slightly stressed, you should see what it's like in this environment and try and do this and not get run over. Believe me, getting run over is an issue. Red flag. I've got a table there. Marshals are kindly sharing with me so I can put my camera down, because carrying it under one arm all day is like carrying a warthog for the day. And of course you can't shake it about, you've got to hold it steady. They're still doing a clear up from the last race. My responsibilities are done. Here we go, she's letting them go. And we go around again. Jeez. Some cars getting ready. I have no idea if they're supercars or not. I recognise that red one, the red and yellow one. They're coming forward now. Insanity. This is the next set of cars that I want some close-ups of these as they leave the paddock. Current race is halfway through. Rory's checking the final lap out. End of the day. One final task is to have some dinner and charge the battery. So my battery is down to 14%, but we can charge that easy. Let's do it. I'm gonna see if I can charge the battery in the dark. That'll be a no. I know what I've done. It's got plenty of fuel in it. I just haven't turned. That's fuel on. That should just start now. See what we see. So let's put the. This is a fan. Just takes a bespoke cable which goes in the side of the bulletin, and then somewhere in the side of there. There it goes. Then it goes onto my adapter, which is running off of the. This should speed up knowing in a second. Come on. Should be charging the Bugatti. I reckon it might charge it in a minute. No. The reason it's not charging is because I haven't plugged it in. I haven't plugged it in. If I plug it in, it will charge. There you go. Let's move it down a little bit. Oh my God. As old as I feel. How old do you think I am? How old do you think I am? It's a good, valid question, isn't it? Right, the Bluetti is charging. That'll take about an hour and a half to charge, which is fine because there's fireworks going off, discos going off. And generators going off everywhere. The place has got thousands and thousands of people here, so this won't disturb anyone. And it's only early, it's only 6:30 or something. So let's move inside and unpack my bag. The story of the weekend. It's 5 to 6 and it's Sunday. Began this journey Thursday evening, so I arrived in the dark and I left in the dark. Came by the M25 around past Clackett Lane, and then out east towards Canterbury and Dover, and that's Lydden Hill. 20-minute delay. Right, well, same as last time actually. There's a 20-minute delay on the M25. Apparently there's some crashes. The sat-nav told me a minute ago. But I got there Thursday night, and as expected the gate was shut. There was myself and another big truck, or another vehicle, big car carrier, waiting on the outside. They'd come from either Ireland or Europe to compete for the weekend, and they all get there on Thursday nights, and then they prepare on the Friday for racing on the Saturday, but they can't get in. So this is the 4th season, my 3rd year doing Lydden Hill, and of course I could do a video facing me. I wonder if the light works in here. I often think people look a bit, there you go, look, but you look like an idiot with your light going when you're going down the motorway. I'm sure someone will flash me in a minute. Maybe people do it, maybe people don't. I have seen YouTubers with lights on, but I feel a bit of an idiot. No, I think someone's going to flash me, I'm sure. Nah, I'm not going to do that. So here we are, we're turning off. Apparently there's an accident. You can see that, possibly. Report of accident, don't know. But I've now got to find where this little part of the services is where I stop. Now I'm going to put my full beam on, and I think I hang a left here. 10 miles an hour, that's a bit too slow. here, so we're actually quite a long way away from the motorway, which is really cool. Yeah, we're not allowed to go down that one, that's fine. So it's definitely around here. There we go. Yeah, oh, it's easy to find, isn't it? I remember now. And it's straight ahead to the little spot I stopped. So this whole parking area is just for the hotel and for the services to the right, which are just out of camera shot. Now it's quite busy tonight actually. Looks like somebody's taken my spot, as if they particularly have a spot. There's a few vans there, but there's a spot there where I might actually go. For now, because the other good thing is as well, I can just move around, so I'm not stuck. Yeah. That's a shit reverse. And they all have to stop and go around here to turn. What if I push myself against the corner? No, this is... You know what? God, it's really busy. I reckon they're all pulling off because of this accident. It tends to happen. Everybody... That's too close. I want to go between these two vehicles. They've straddled themselves across the car park, so I'm going to stop here. I'm straddling myself across the car park as well. That'll do for now. So the front's all secure. Oh, I need to get... So I travel with my little lamp on the bed. Otherwise it'll roll off and smash on the floor. And I also travel with my little Japanese lantern. Those things go on the bed because they're just kind of convenient. That's what my little sort of area looks like. And then, oh yeah, I've pushed all the cushions. Let's put this over here. Yeah, I pushed all the cushions away from the window because it gives it time to air out a little bit when I'm driving. I don't get any damp in here, but overall, I suppose things get a little bit cold and frosty. I'll just make the bed a little bit here, makes things nicer. Pyjamas and bed stocks. There's my bed. Oh, turn my electric blanket on. Why is it not plugged in? That goes in here, like this. Put that on 3. And by the time I go to bed, in a few hours, that bed will be lovely and warm. Really lovely and warm. Takes a while to heat up, but it takes very little energy. Oh no, that's not plugged in either, is it? To be fair, I don't need that little light anyway. I've got the big ones on, all these Christmas lights. Next step is a bit of food. I've got one of these Thai street food from Ben's original. They are actually pretty good. And they're really easy, so just chuck in the microwave. I think you put it on for about a minute and a half. And then I'll put a bowl in here as well. So I'll do it for a minute and a half, give it a stir, and then I shall stick it in a bowl and give it another 30 seconds, and then I'll eat it. How easy is that? So the microwave uses about the microwave uses up a lot of energy, but fortunately I have a lot of energy as far as batteries go, so I'm just looking at it now, 60, so I reckon it uses about 1% a minute. So it would last, if I ran it, it would last for 100 minutes, and then it would just deplete the energy. But you never microwave anything for more than, say, 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 at most. So it's never an issue. Running out just doesn't become an issue, really. Really, that's bright. Yeah, so that's a minute and a half. That's almost done. Oh God, yeah. Decant it into the plate. I might give it just another 30 seconds actually. To warm the plate more than anything, really. Yeah, and then I'll scoff this and keep me going. I don't know what else I've got. Maybe I've got a few other little bits I can eat as well. I've got some Tabasco to put on it as well. There we go. Yep. So it's always good having salts and peppers and things like that, and Tabasco sauces and things, just to spice it up a bit. Van next to me is leaving. Good. I'm alright here for now. Bumping over the curb because you can't fit. So yeah, I should just let it settle and then head into my spot where I took the picture. I put it on the Van Life UK Facebook page. I think there's almost 500,000 subscribers to that page, and I posted my picture of me here, and of course the comments were like, "You can't stay there, that's a terrible place to stay." Well, it's actually not, it's quite nice. "Why are you paying there? They're free in Europe. I wouldn't dream of paying." Well, they're not in the UK, but the roads are expensive in Europe. Oh, and these arguments, people were going off on tangents, and it was crazy. But I got just short of 1,000 various comments and likes and shares, you know, numerous things on Facebook. And then I put a little video up of me playing with my diesel heater. That wasn't at a services, that was on a campsite, because people were sort of talking about, oh, you can't use a diesel heater, all sorts of reasons why. Chinese diesel heaters are rubbish. I'm sure some of them are, but I've had mine about 3, maybe 4 years, and it's flawless. And I put mine, as I've put in one of my other little YouTube videos, I put mine on a metal stand outside with a car battery outside, and I run the hose through the window, which I've demonstrated in the past, and it's just brilliant. In fact, last night I had it on all night, and because the whole unit is outside, it's like 5 foot from the window, and so there's no fumes or anything like that. You don't have any of them problems. But the controversy, everything I put online is just my opinion and my experience, of course. Like my sleeping bag solution and my diesel heat solution, I say this is what I do, because people have asked me in the past, and this is how it works, and it works really well, and I'm really happy with it. But people are like, oh no, you should mount it under your seat. And I went, well, yeah, you can mount a diesel heater under your seat, but my particular one is in a box. It's designed to go outside. If I mount it under the seat, it'll poison me and kill me, because all the fumes would be inside. Oh no, you can get some that go inside. Yeah, but I've got an outside one. Oh, it just goes on and on and on and on. So it's crazy. So I share my experiences more than anything, and they're not right for everyone, but that's what I find is my experience. Just looking at a vehicle going by, got horses in it. Yeah, and it's dry heat. Diesel heat is a dry heat, so there's no condensation, which is really important, because when I work in the winter at equestrian centres or motor racing circuits, it's always damp. But this weekend it wasn't cold, but it was raining, it was damp, a bit muggy, so I ran the diesel heater. Brilliant. Cost about £2 a night, I suppose. So that's a great meal. Yesterday I had a can of chilli, stag chilli. These aren't the greatest things to eat, but they're cheap, a couple of quid a can. I had it with mashed potato, actually, in the microwave again. It's fine. And I had this morning for breakfast, I had scrambled eggs with salami, cheese, some butter, some Tabasco, and that was a lovely sort of creamy, gloopy breakfast, and it wasn't expensive, and that just went in the microwave, so that was good. So I've had that now. Oh, I've got a Mars bar somewhere. I don't know where though, but I might go and buy some chocolate in a while, because I do like a bit of chocolate in the evenings. And I do like, I was just about to grab some water, but actually I do like milk. This Cravendale stuff's well nice. It lasts for ages. So not only is that good in coffee and scrambled eggs, it's good to drink out of the carton, and it lasts ages in the fridge. That's what it's designed to do, isn't it? So I think it's long life for milk that doesn't taste like long life milk. So I've had a bit of a change of clothes. Not my top, because that was fresh on earlier on. I freshened up a little bit and had some dinner. So now I'm going to just chill out. Then I'm going to go in the services, buy some chocolate, come back in here and watch some YouTube. I suppose it's a bit weird, isn't it? But here I am. So that lorry's moved, and I'm in my little spot. So there's some trees and bushes there, right outside the van. There are a couple of parking spaces, but they're right on the corner of this little like concrete block, so you have to bump over to get out, so it's a really inconvenient place to park. So hopefully nobody will park it. But behind that that's all bushes. That's all just trees. The motorway's not right next to it. The motorway's about 100 yards in that direction. You can just about hear it. There's a few lights, and there's a nice tree here. So this is a nice tree. So call me weird if you like, but I don't mind this as a little spot. Look, behind me are all bushes around the back of the van. There's a parking space, but nobody comes up to that lot. Nobody comes up to this back lot bit. There's a little walk through there, and then there's the very low quality hotel, and there's trucks, and I just sit in here. So I can stand where I'm standing now, and I occasionally get people who will drive past the front of me there, which is fine. And I can hop in and out of the van. And then when I go to sleep, I just crash out there in my comfy spot. So I don't get any headlights coming through the back windows really, because the bushes are in the way. I get a little bit out of the front, but I've got that I pull down, that comes down to about that level. There's a car going past now, look. So that's about as close as I get a vehicle. Somebody might park next to me, but I sit here with my door open. Some might call it weird, but I just don't mind, because it's so secluded, albeit on the M25 at one of the most busiest parts of the southeast. Eat my pretzels. I can eat my pretzels. So what they are? Penn State baked pretzels. Okay, this is the entrance to the services. Just a short walk from the van, just across a little part of the parkup. Can't even say it. Little part of the car park, and then it comes into this little shopping centre area. It's almost like you could be in a little village somewhere if you didn't know any better. So I'll head to the WH Smith's, I'll pay my 15 quid, and I'm going to buy some chocolate. I don't think I'll buy a coffee, they're 5 quid, and I can make one for free. Oh, there's the WH Smith's. Yeah, they'll sell chocolate, and I can get my parking done. Toilets are there, they're open 24 hours. Some people might be absolutely familiar with where I am. It's a very busy, very popular area. That's all crisps. Energy bars. Oh, here we go. Ridiculously expensive, obviously. No 2 for 1 offers either. Whatever. I think that's adequate. Just want to pay that 15 quid for my vehicle for the night. If that's all right. LA21 MOV black van. Yeah, that looks like me.
Just the one night,
Yeah, I'm just going to stay over tonight and then leave in the morning. Paid my dues. Yeah, so 15 quid for 24 hours. I mean, I'll be out of here by about 9:30 tomorrow once the traffic eases. So I'm gonna stay for about 14 hours out of the 24, but that's all right. I mean, it's not I personally think it's fine. Stay hotels cost you huge amounts more, won't they? You always get stuck in here. Once you get into McDonald's, there's no way out. You have to walk back on yourself. God. Yeah, look, I've got to walk all the way around McDonald's. There it is there. Let's get back to the front door. And there's absolutely no way out there. No way out. Once you're in McDonald's, you're stuck. Very, very clever marketing ploy. So back to the van. Got my chocolate. Got my parking. I'm absolutely knackered, I must admit. Mentally, you just get... Oh, there's just so many things to do. You get like, you can't think straight. That's another good reason for staying at night as well. Look, this guy's just... He's asleep in his vehicle. Which is cool, but he's like... He's right under all the lights, with all the people walking past him. Yeah, look, he's on the main drag. Now I think that's weird. Why would anybody stop right on the main drag when you've got a little spot like I'm in? Let's point the camera around at my van. You can see I leave the lights on, which is another good thing to do as well, security wise. Looks like someone's in it. Run over. Wonderful. There you go. So yeah, through the window, just got my blanket over the window so people can't see, but they assume there's somebody in there. Not that I leave it for a long period of time. It's only if I need to go to the toilet or go and buy chocolate bars. So get my shoes off, eat my chocolate, check my phone. Now ordinarily I could download all these videos to my MacBook, and I will. I'll just airdrop what I record on this phone and then build up my my videos on Adobe Premiere. So I could do that now, but I can't be arsed. I'm just, like I said, I'm just tired. Your brain goes to sleep after a while. So I reckon I'll turn YouTube on for about 10 minutes and then probably fall asleep. And what happens is, oh, that's so warm. That is so warm. Oh, I need to pull the quilt over as well. Might as well keep all the heat in. What was I saying? I've forgotten. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'll fall asleep in a minute, and it's only about, oh, I don't know, I suppose it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'll wake up at midnight and I'll be awake for a couple of hours. I might have a coffee. That's another thing I do. I have coffee in the middle of the night and it actually puts me to sleep. And then I'll wake up about 7 or 8 in the morning, have my breakfast, and then start driving about 9:30. So I'm just sitting here watching the cars go by. And right on cue, they've stopped going by. Now it's just the faint hum of the M25 and the rustle of my Snickers packet. I'm just catching up on my social media. That's quite a lengthy process. Not that I'm super popular or anything, but there's always somebody messaging me about something or other. Yeah, I reckon it was really busy here earlier because of the accident an hour ago. It was just one of them things where all the signs were lit up and people pulled in before they got stuck in it. Usual stuff. but it's quite empty again now. It's quiet, there's no one going past outside my door. Yeah, I quite like the little street light and the tree. This is it. This is where I stay, in Clackett Lane. You know, you just don't get hassled. I do sometimes park up on the street, and that's pretty good, but it depends where you stay. I stayed a couple of years ago now. I was working at Silverstone, filming the racing there, and the tickets were for Saturday and Sunday. But we do set up on Friday, so I was supposed to get in on Friday. Is that what it was? I can't remember the exact details, but for some reason I couldn't get into Silverstone, and they're usually really good as gold. They just let you park next to the paddock and the pits. But on this occasion they just said, no, you haven't got a ticket, and I didn't argue, of course. I was just like, oh, fair enough, because I had the camper van. So I just turned around and drove to the town of Silverstone, which is 2 miles away, if that, just across a couple of roundabouts, and then you get to Silverstone, the town, and there's, I think it's like a pond or a lake with a weeping willow, and there's an old brick bus shelter with a roof that you can sit in, red pillar box, and all the stones are sort of really nice sandstone buildings and walls. If anybody's ever been to Silverstone, the actual town, that's what it looks like. It's really sweet. And I stayed there under the weeping willow, and I knew that my ticket I had would let me in at about 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. I think that might have been it. Maybe it was Friday morning. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I had to stay there till first thing in the morning. So I literally got up and just drove off from Silverstone, the town, and just into the circuit. But that was really nice, really peaceful. It's got one of those signs as you go into the village, sort of tall stone monolith with a little wooden shape with Silverstone written in old school writing. I think Chiddingfold's like that as well. That's a place around near me. There's a lot of old English towns like that, aren't they? They're really nice, sleepy English towns and villages, and they have those signs. They look really nice. So I enjoyed staying there. That was a good day, sleeping on the streets. Yeah, and the postman went past in the morning and said, "Morning." I went, "Hey." He didn't even ask me, because my van's black, you see, so it looks stealthy anyway. It's got windows and they're frosted. So if you stay somewhere for one night, anywhere, people just don't know. They don't know if it's some kind of, government vehicle or something, because it could look a bit like that, or a surveillance vehicle. Because you don't get a great deal of black vans, and you don't get a great deal of black vans with frosted windows. So it's a bit unusual. So people don't really approach it. Certainly don't knock on it. I've never been knocked on, except for at that racetrack where they just said, "No, everybody out. You got to leave," because they've installed new gates and they just want everybody off site. So again, who knows what the drunk people were going to do. There's a car going past. How exciting. Oh, there's another one. See, they don't park next to me. They just seem to go into the bigger car parks. So it's all good. And tomorrow morning it'll be nice and bright and leafy. So that'll be cool. But yeah, it's either... And sometimes I've stayed at... Another good place to stay is Toaster Racecourse, which was formerly a horse racing course years ago. Big, grand, huge building. If anybody knows where Toaster is and knows of the big building in Toaster, which is the racecourse that was turned over to greyhound racing. I think they still greyhound race at Toaster. although the channel I used to film for was closed down, so there's no channel left, there's no work left. But I used to go there and they'd sort of say, oh well, we can't budget for, you know, too much for hotels, and I'm like, oh, I'll just stay in my camper van. So they'd give me electric hookup, and I've been there a few times in this camper van to Toaster. So they'd give me electric hookup because there's a sort of old school conference centre there that I'd park around the back, and so I just have this really leafy sort of suburb place on the side of the building, and then get my electric hookup and eat my food and go straight to work. And it had the door was always open. The guy would always leave the door open so I could go for a wee in the night, and there was nice bathrooms and sinks and things, and you could even have a shower, so it was good. I used to like staying there. And all the other places I stay are like at Donington, Silverstone, Snetterton, all race circuits around the country, various ones further north, Croft, Alton Park. Alton Park's pretty bad. There's nowhere to stay on the race day. You just have to park outside the front office and in the car park with all the marshals and stuff, and it's not fun. It's just like normal people in normal cars turning up, putting their marshals uniforms on and walking off around the track. So there's nowhere to hide away, there's no electric hookup or anything. Where else do I stay? Oh yeah, what am I thinking of? There's a really nice racetrack up that way, but on the east coast, up above Norfolk. Did I just say it? Don't know. But that's a nice place to stay as well. That's really good. No electric hookup, but I don't need it. I can survive a couple of days in the battery like I am now. I don't need it. And if worse comes to the worst, I can run my petrol generator for half an hour just to top up my battery. And when the sun's out, I've got solar panels which are sort of below my feet here. Great big solar panels, which I've put in a video as well. Anyway, I'll stop waffling. I'm going to connect to the internet and put my YouTube on. Morning. 7 AM, Clackett Lane Services on a Monday morning. I can already hear the traffic getting quite loud. I slept really well last night. I was out like a light after I left my last little video message, and as expected I woke up, I think I woke up actually a bit later, about 3, and I was awake for about 20 minutes, and then yeah, just went back to sleep. And it's raining. I can hear the rain on the roof, but I'm just watching the cars going by outside and the vans. It's quite quiet. I think the services are going to get a bit busier, but that's about it for the weekend. So I'm warm and comfy. It's another warm day. I'm listening to, weirdly enough, I'm listening to droney music, sort of hypnosis music, which is weird because I don't need it to go to sleep. I can go to sleep fine. When I wake up in the morning, I am quite achy today because I've had a heavy weekend of lifting and carrying and running about. So the next day, after a couple of days of it, I always feel quite sore, is the only way to describe it really. And it takes a little while just to get up and get moving. I guess that happens anyway as you get older, doesn't it? I've been up about half an hour and already, you know, I feel much better. But I took one of my back pain pills that I take. I get codeine from the doctor. Just occasionally take them, not on a regular basis. So I think I took one, oh yeah, Saturday. I think I got away with it yesterday because I felt okay, and then I woke up this morning and I'm feeling quite tight. So yeah, another one this morning. But that's my routine for the weekends. So that's the end of racing for 2025 for me anyway. Warm shake of the hand of all the boys. Said I'll see them all next year in March or April. I doubt anything will come up beforehand, and then it'll all start again, probably with where I've just been at Lydden again. They have another spring festival. I think that's in April, maybe March or April. Depends on Easter, obviously, so it depends on the month. And then they have one in June or July, and then they have it on again in November. So they have about 3 a year. But that's it for now. So my next video will be related to something other than motor racing. Might be a camping trip, or it might be football or something else, where I go off in the camper van, or maybe equestrian. I'll be off in the camper van for a few days, and then similar kind of thing. Haven't got all my lights on. It's a bit too bright, that is, isn't it? First thing in the morning. So anyway, until next time, I hope this was a bit informative for you.